How would you like to discover the ideal solution to your biggest problem?
No! What? No! No. No, no.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody tuned in out there. You are watching Gabbin' with Grizl Pete. Glad to have you with me today. A little housekeeping before we get started. Don't forget to be the first to like, subscribe, and share this video. Sign up for the notifications by clicking the bell and selecting all notifications. All right? All right. Our optimistic goal is 5 subscribers, and by the grace of God, it looks like we might even reach 10. So thank you for that, and we're glad to have you here. All right, let's get the ball rolling. Take a look at this picture. Maybe it's the West Virginia House of Delegates, but then again, maybe it is. So what the hell is going on with the House, you ask? Well, a courageous woman by the name of Lissa Lucas showed up to testify against a bill that would allow oil and gas special interests to frack on land without the owner's permission. By the way, what is fracking anyway? Is it something like indecent exposure or people fruitcaking next to a donut shop without any clothes on? What is it? Anyway, watch this very short video and you'll understand how far public officials will go to protect themselves, but we have our own surprise other than the free gift you get for watching this show. And that is, little to Lissa Lucas's knowledge, we sent our own pitbull, Antney Scarmucci, into the West Virginia House of Delegates to testify after Lissa Lucas. Boy, did he kick some butt. So here's Lissa Lucas, followed by Antney Scarmucci.
I'd also like to point out that the people who are going to be speaking in favor of this bill are all going to be paid by the industry, and the people who are going to be voting on this bill are also often paid by the industry. For example, and I have to keep it short simply because the public only gets 1:45 while lobbyists can throw a gala at the Marriott with whiskey and wine and talk for hours to the delegates. So to keep it short, on the Judiciary Committee, Charlotte Lane, about $10,000 from gas and oil interests, including AEP, Marathon, First Energy, Dominion, EQT, and I could go on. Next, let's talk about John Schott from Mercer. First Energy, $2,000, Appalachian Power, $2,000, Steptoe & Johnson, that's a gas and oil law firm, $2,000, Consol Energy, $1,000, EQT, $1,000, and I could go on. Now let's talk about Jason Harshbarger.
Ms. Lucas, we ask no personal comments be made. If you want to talk about
this is not personal comments.
it is a personal comment, and I'm going to call you out of order if you're talking about individuals on the committee. So if you would just address the bill. If not, I'll ask you to please step down.
Jason Harshbarger took $3,500, about 40% of his money comes. People deserve someone who are going to fight for people and not corporations. And if it's a personal tax,
Okay, up next we have Antney Scarmucci. Go ahead, Mr. Scarmucci.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Judge. I'm here to testify on HB 4268 and honored to follow Lissa Lucas. And by the way, I seen what you done to her, so I think we need to set the record straight. I need to set some rules. 1, you work for the people, and you'll do as we say. 2, there is no time limit,
Mr. Scarmucci.
so keep your big mouth shut and don't interrupt me. 3, Tell Fat Boy
Excuse me,
and his
Mr.
sidekick
Scarmucci.
Goon to keep to themselves and don't even think about trying to extort me out of the building. Got it? Huh? So, let's kill two birds with one stone. Number one, let's talk about what the members of this house did to Lissa Lucas just recently. She's a resident of West Virginia and also running for a seat in this house. Number two, let's be very, very clear regarding the foundation of this house and its highfalutin, uppity members at the same time.
No
Sound
personal
good?
comments.
Who gives a crap? I'll tell you anyway. This house, where all you so-called house members are supposedly elected, is created by the supreme authority of the U.S. Constitution or by legislative act.
Mr. Scarmucci.
You got that? I told you to shut up. And because you members are supposedly elected in exchange for the people's sacred trust and tax dollars, that means your positions are of a civil nature whose limited delegated authority is to be exercised solely for the benefit of the public. Period.
Mr.
Did you get
Scarmucci.
that? Shut up! Let's go into deeper water and then get to Lissa Lucas. Any elected official, including the members of this West Virginia House of Delegates, cannot participate in the functions of government unless they first swear an oath of office. That means no oath, no office. You take that legally enforceable oath in exchange for the people's sacred public trust, okay? That means you are presumed to know the law, cannot act above the law, nor ever claim ignorance of the
personal
law.
comments.
But for some reason, you guys don't think so. Isn't that right, tough guy? Regardless of you kings and queens, princes and princesses, lords
That
and
is a
ladies,
personal comment.
think yous members of this West Virginia House of Delegates are unconditionally and uncompromisingly bound to uphold your oaths 100% of the time in the performance of your official duties
Mr.
and never
Scarmucci.
violate them, and uphold all constitutional and due process mandates 100% of the time and never
Excuse me, Mr.
violate them,
Scarmucci.
and uphold all rights guaranteed to citizens, including Lissa Lucas, 100% of the time and never violate them. Got it, funny guy?
No personal
If all of
comments.
the above is true, why is public officials like you, not only in West Virginia, but everywhere, treating your public positions as though it were a conflict of interest when it comes to protecting and benefiting the public that you were created to serve? I'll tell you why. When Lissa Lucas appeared before this West Virginia House of Delegates body, she came to provide her testimony as a resident, a taxpayer, and a candidate about your friggin' bill that would allow big energy companies to frack on people's property without their permission. That means you not only want to frack property, but frack the owners of that land at the same time.
Mr.
A
Scarmucci.
double fracking, if you will.
Excuse
So
me,
when it
Mr.
came time
Scarmucci.
for Lissa to speak, she pulled a fast one on you guys and began exposing everybody who had accepted money from gas and oil special interests, to include members of this house who would be voting on the very same
No
bill.
personal comments.
Right there on the floor.
That is
and
a
she
personal
even put
comment.
your names on her website, lissalucas.com. Don't believe me? Check it out. LISSALUCAS.com.
Excuse me, Mr. Scarmucci.
Mr. Speaker, you look like you really want to say something. As she was speaking, not only was Lissa warned not to make personal comments,
Scarmucci.
but then you guys cut her mic off.
Excuse me,
But like
Mr.
a true
Scarmucci.
patriot, she kept going. Within moments, she was physically extorted from the podium. How do you like that? So let's get back to the personal part again. Yous House members in West Virginia, yous guys ran for office and supposedly got elected by the voters. Then yous had to swear an oath before
Mr. Scarmucci.
yous could call yourselves members of the House of Delegates. Remember that, huh? That oath gave yous limited delegated authority under the U.S. Constitution to act only in a capacity for the best interest of the public trust 100% of the time and never violate that trust. But you don't remember that part, do you, huh? So if yous public officials that Lissa Lucas named on the floor of West Virginia's House of Delegates, to include members of this House, had accepted money from the
Excuse me,
gas
Mr.
and oil
Scarmucci.
interests to influence your vote, ask yourself, How are yous as oath-sworn officials solely benefiting the interests of the people when yous guys are bought and paid for?
No personal comments.
You want to talk about personal? Brother, we take that real personal. So ask yourself, how does that act not constitute a conflict of interest and violate your oath by violating the law? Maybe you're feeling a little too important about that too, huh? You know, the more I think about it, how does your misconduct not only weaken the very Constitution yous all swore to uphold 100% of the time, but also constitute instant disqualification and forfeiture of your money-grubbing office.
Excuse me, Mr. Scarmucci.
Meaning you're nothing but a bunch of hooligans exercising right without authority. Wasn't there some case law that says, quote, no man in this country is so high that he's above the law. No officer of the law may set that law at defiance with impunity.
Excuse
and on
me,
and
Mr.
on.
Scarmucci.
Oh, now you want me to shut up. So who in the hell do yous West Virginia House members think you is? I'll tell you who. Yous guys think that the people who elected you are ignorant malcontents you don't need to answer to. Is that it, huh? And this brings me to the last and most important point. Since when is the public's right to know outweighed by your belief that your evil doings remain secret and private, huh?
Excuse me, Mr. Scarmucci.
Just look at the lengths testifier Lissa Lucas had to go to put her neck on the line for everybody who was too scared to do it themselves, all the while you're lowering the standards of this office. We all saw how you set the machine into action and sicked Fat Boy and your goon on somebody who works to pay your salary. You got some nerve, Mr. Speaker. Some set of panoots you got. But Lissa Lucas still made her point loud and clear in the 60 seconds you gave her. Ain't that right, boys and girls? So we need more people like Lissa Lucas. You go, girl, and good luck in your bid to get elected and replace at least one of these morons. Back to you, Grizl.
Wow. All right. Thanks for chiming in on this one, Mooch. This video is going up on YouTube and other places as our first video. Let's see if YouTube's algorithms pick up on it and go to work to water down views, bury it, or convert our constitutional entitlements into some make-believe crime. Well, thanks for watching. The link to get your free gift is posted with this video. Please support me on Patreon. The link is included with this video. And don't forget to support Lissa at lissalucas.com. And we'll see you next time on Gabbin' with Grizl Pete. Bye!